Hello, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. I thought we'd just have a little let's chat with a wee cup of coffee about the autumn and maybe what you could do in autumn and the way to look at it so that you have the best spiritual autumn that you can. And I know a lot of people love autumn. I particularly adore autumn. I love the colours on the trees. I love the nip in the air. I was just outside earlier and the cottage next door, they must have put on their first real fire. And it just, the smell of that with, the nip in the air was just gorgeous, and it's very, very autumny. And the leaves are coming off the trees and it's very, very pretty. But a lot of people don't like autumn because they've had maybe a good summer or they love the sun and they just see it as nights are getting darker and everything's getting colder, and that can bring an edge of depression or an edge of just tiredness and monotony, of nothing to look forward to. But in a way we do, because there's, although we're heading for winter, we're not in winter yet. And winter has its own joys and its own brightness. There's solstice festivals, there's Christmas, there's all sorts of festivals of light all over the place. So yes, there are things to look forward to. But that, to me, that then ignores autumn for what it is. Oh yes, we'll start thinking about Christmas just now. Well, everything has its season, and autumn is as important as any other season. And we always think of spring, if we're working spiritually, that's the time for the ideas, that's the time for the energy, that's the time to put in, and make a difference. And with winter, it's the time of going within. It's the time of going within our homes. It's the time of going within our minds and our psyches and whatever lessons are there, learning. And again, with summer, there's that upbeat sun energy. What about poor autumn? Spiritually, what autumn means to me is actually a time of letting go. So first of all, a time of harvest, obviously. There's a sense of, even in the garden, we've taken the last of the potatoes, or we've taken the last of the things that we can eat out. And everything then is getting sort of put away for the winter coming. So there is the harvest aspect of it. And that's lovely, and that comes along with a lot of friendships. I find in harvest times, there's an awful lot of giving done. I've received some amazing little presents, so a couple of big presents actually in the last couple of weeks, and I find that autumn is a time where people naturally give, and if you found that, then keep doing it. That's wonderful. It's if you've got your harvest, then think, well, can I help someone else's harvest, or someone that doesn't have a harvest? There's this charitable edge to it that isn't really, it doesn't have the, the charities associated with Christmas, where there's always charity cards, there's always this, that, next thing. Autumn seems to me a natural time to give either of your time or your money, or to the food bank or whatever. If you've had a good harvest this year, then pass it on. And your harvest could be anything. It could be, that your job is still there. It could be that you've had a pay rise. It could be that you've met a partner. It could be that you've had a baby. And that's your harvest, so make sure that you pass some of that joy on. But I do find that autumn tends to be a natural time of giving anyway, so you might have felt that, not understood why. So if you think of winter and going within, to think on things, to go deep, to take the ideas forward so that we're ready for action in spring, then autumn must prepare us for winter. It has to prepare us for that time of going within. And when we go within in winter, we're meant to be ready to go deep and to think about the year we've had, to think about, the depth of our emotions, the depth of our connections, and to make good choices so that we're preparing for the spring. So in autumn, I see it as a time of letting go of the things that we no longer need or haven't served us well. if you look at the trees, it was beautiful all summer, you know, and beautiful green leaves, lots of fruit, etc. on them. And now they're starting to lose their leaves. Now, a tree's not actually standing there going, oh God, I'm losing my leaves. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do about that? I'm not going to be clothed well. The tree is just letting its leaves go because that's what it does at this time of year. And watch the trees just now and watch the ones that are letting their leaves go quicker. Watch the ones that hang on. Watch the blaze of glory that some of them drop them all. They all seem to be in my front driveway every day for the next months, but sometimes there's a few and it's as though then some just dump overnight, and it's quite funny. So the trees don't overthink, they do what's natural at this time of year. The plants are dying back. They're not putting any more energy into the things of the summer or the spring now. They're allowing themselves to die back. And they're not dead, and they're not dead yet, but they're dying back. So what does that mean for us? What should we be taking from that? I feel it's a time to allow yourself to be that wee bit tireder. If you're feeling tired, you know how sometimes in the summer we keep going, we do this, we socialise, and sometimes particularly with people who have illnesses, fatigue illnesses, summer can be a terribly draining time for them. And with the autumn, it's okay to snuggle up with a book. It's okay to sit at the window and watch the trees. It's okay to let go of the need for being on the go. It's okay to let go of the responsibility for, you know, everybody. It's okay to let go of that. And if other people don't agree with that, then you should be thinking, how much do they really care for me if they're not allowing me to let go of some of the responsibility? So for someone who has maybe a fatigue illness, autumn should be a time where you are basically looking after yourself more. The focus is more on you than other people. And that's not being selfish, that's giving yourself, it's like we wouldn't expect the trees to bloom or the plants to blossom all year. It just wouldn't happen. It's not life. And then every year we need our season for winding down, and that's autumn. Letting go is important too. Letting go not just of the activities or letting go of the, you know, it's important that you don't become bitter because the weather's not good. It's important that there's an acceptance. Yes, it's rainy. Yes, it's getting colder. Been reading a lot about Denmark being the happiest country in the world, and it's because of a lifestyle that I believe is called hygge. Hygge, I think it is, and that's a comfort energy because the days are so short in Denmark and Scandinavian countries. They have this outlook as a nation that is about comfortable, joyful expression of autumn and winter. And that's why so much of the Scandinavian stuff is very attractive, and the Nordic stuff. It's like, you know, when we've got cosy kind of pajamas on and candles lit, and where we live now we have a coal fire, an open fire, and that is just the best hygge or hygge or whatever. They actively see these new autumn pleasures as something to be tasted, something to be enjoyed, something to slow down for. And I love the fact that that seems to be part of making Denmark the happiest country in the world. They're not fighting autumn. They're not fighting the dark. They're not fighting the cold. They're saying, okay, let's see what we can do to enjoy this. It doesn't stop them going out, they just wrap up more. It doesn't stop them walking their dogs or getting out and meeting friends and family. They just do it. And there's big lovely stews and lots of cake, and it's just a whole lifestyle that is very, very it would be lovely if we could adopt it more, because we would understand autumn and winter better. So get yourself cozy, give yourself a chance to relax and enjoy a slightly gentler pace as we head towards winter, because right in the middle of it there's Christmas, and Christmas is there for about months before, and then we've got Hogmanay and everything, and that can be a very stressful time. It's a time where we're meant to be going within and doing a lot of meditation, understanding a lot about the depths of winter, and what's still growing deep within. But a lot of us don't give that sort of time to winter, because we're all caught up and running around Toys R Us trying to find the last Millennium Falcon, to be honest. But I'll talk about winter in another video. But for autumn, this is the beginning of the slowness, of the slowing down. And you can't really do it in your job, you will be expected to keep up the same kind of pace, but you could do it with attitude. You could see that pace is just the same, but do it with a more comforting or comfy attitude, and then know when you're at home at night, that time is yours, and that's your time to get on your onesie and have your nice mug of hot chocolate or whatever, and connect with people and enjoy conversation, enjoy time, because in autumn little bits of time are loosened up more, simply because we're not maybe socialising quite as much as we might have over the summer. There's this depth, and some people feel that depth as a lowness, and they're scared of that quiet time, and they're scared of that time of just sitting. I know a few people that can't sit still. They've always got to be doing something. If it's not exercise, it's cleaning. If it's not cleaning, then it's, oh God, it's everything. And autumn is not meant to be like that. Autumn is our first step to say, yeah, there's a change in the weather. I need a change in attitude. So I hope you all have a lovely autumn. Tell me about your attitude to autumn, whether you like it, whether you understand the beauty of it, or whether it frustrates you. Talk to me in the comments down below, because I'd like to know your attitude in this. I follow quite tribal ways of the seasons and handling the seasons, and working with myself in a seasonal way. But again, even in that way, I feel we talk about spring and winter so much, and summer as well, but we miss out autumn, and that's wrong. Each season has the same amount or percentage of impact on our life. By not honouring one, we're putting the others out of balance as well. So you've got to now sit back and say, autumn's here. What does this mean for me? How can I make it good for me? What would I like to do for myself? And how would I like to make life more comfortable? And then you'll be fine. But please, please tell me what you think about autumn. Tell me if you've any little spiritual things that you do in autumn. Any honourings, anything that you do even to make your life more cosy. I certainly am typical Taurus in that I start really having a kind of backup food in case we get snowed in the winter. So I tend to keep like pastas and sauces and stuff, so that it's like a wee stock cupboard. And that's part of my kind of squirreling away aspect of autumn. And if you do that, please let me know. And just enjoy autumn, because it's so beautiful. It's so stunning. The trees, and sometimes the sunsets and the sunrises, because we've got a bit of mist, or the light is so different in autumn, and it's not sometimes as harsh as maybe winter can be. or summer can be. So I enjoy the sort of essence of the light in autumn as well. But I'm going on and on forever. I could talk forever on the seasons, but that's my thoughts on autumn. I hope you have a good autumn, and let me know what you think of the video. Please subscribe to my channel, because in a few weeks' time, well, I've got a big surprise coming in a couple of weeks, something I'm really, really chuffed about, and I'll be letting you all know. But after that, I want to do a monthly kind of live stream, and you need to be subscribed to be able to see that. And I don't know what I'm going to do on it yet. Might answer a few wee questions, might just have a discussion going. So if you want to comment on that and tell me what you would like to, what format you would like that to take. Would you like to ask a wee question? Would you like some sort of tutorial, or how do we do this? That would be good. I'm looking forward. Autumn is a time of great creativity for me. Most of my books that I've written have either formed themselves, or I've been able to work quite hard on them over the autumn, and even harder into the winter. I find that I get a great burst of energy for creativity. I love doing crafts at this time of year. I love changing things to, darker colours and dual colours. So I actually feel possibly at my best creativity level in autumn of every year, and there's more stuff coming on that. Anyway, blabbermouth. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Many blessings. Have a lovely season. Bye now.